Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to help me answer if it's worth it to buy Doctor Who. Yes folks, retailers have barely put Wilds of Eldraine on their shelves and we are already bombarded with pre-orders for Doctor Who. So today we're gonna have a look at it. I give you a heads up, I'm not a big Doctor Who fan in general. I know the show, I haven't seen too much of it, I'm definitely not an expert, I know my movies, I know my series, but in general there are some, like Doctor Who, that somehow never triggered me enough to watch all of it. So what is interesting, folks, is that we have collector booster boxes for Doctor Who. We don't have draft booster boxes, but we do have collector booster boxes, and in those collector booster boxes we actually have search foils again. It's not that the commander decks, of which you see the greatest villains commander deck here, we have 4 of those, are completely available as search foil decks like we had with the 40k commander decks, but the Doctor Who Universes Beyond is built up a little differently. So we got 4 commander decks, and this one is the Masters of Evil. That's how we start here, Evil Laugh included, because I like the evil guys, and it's mainly built out of the bad guys from Doctor Who. And then we got the Blast from the Past, which contains the first 8 Doctors. The show is very old. It started in 1963, so we have a lot of different actors that played different Doctors, and the first 8 one spans from the era of 1963 to 1998, I believe. And yeah, the first 8 Doctors are led by the 4th Doctor here, at least the deck is led by the 4th Doctor. Then we got Doctors 9, 10 and 11. And I have to say that would probably be the commander deck of my choice, because I watched episodes in that time period of Doctor Who, or from that time period of Doctor Who, and I personally like David Tennant as an actor. I particularly liked him in Jessica Jones as a villain, so yeah, he plays the 10th Doctor. I think that would be the commander deck I would choose if I would have to choose one. Red, white and blue. And then we got the 4th commander deck, which contains Doctors 12 and 13. We're getting 1 to 8, then 9 to 11, and then 12 and 13. So we only get 2 Doctors in this deck, the least amount of Doctors in all of the commander decks. Does that mean we're getting the least amount of fun for our buck? I don't know. Maybe it's because this covers the most recent part of the series and they think this will be the most popular. I'm not sure, but personally it doesn't interest me that much. That's the commander deck I like least. The 10th Doctor here, like I said, I think that one has to be my favorite. David Tennant has been playing the Doctor for almost 20 years. He's still credited on IMDb as the Doctor, part of Doctor Who, part of the show, and that's since 2005, I believe. So yeah, that's almost 20 years. Not too bad, not too bad. We have new playing cards in the commander decks, and that's always fun because we don't get playing cards too often. Recently we got some here and there. There were a couple of commander decks that had playing cards in them. This set, these commander decks do have playing cards in them too. And of course, flavor wise, that makes a lot of sense because Doctor Who is visiting a lot of different planes. And if they wouldn't have done that, that would have been a missed opportunity. So well done with the playing cards. But as flavor, of course, is a very big part of the Universes Beyond sets. Yeah, they needed to get that right. Of course, you see that here with the saga as well, and even the treasure token accompanies that flavor. And I think that's a big appeal, of course, for the Universes Beyond decks, cards, booster boxes, collector booster boxes, whatever. But yeah, that's what the fans want, and if the fans want it, then you better give it to them, right? And then you can sell boxes. But in general, I mean, everybody's excited about the flavor, and that's why they buy into Magic the Gathering cards of their favorite show, brand, whatever. You see two versions here of the TARDIS, and the version on the right is actually only available in collector boosters. They made the showcase version, they are calling it, as they so often call cards, the showcase version, for exclusive for the collector boosters only. And you can get the cards that you can find, as at least I understood, that you can find in the commander decks in the showcase version in the collector boosters. So it's technically the same cards, there's just a different version to it. I also heard that the commander decks actually have 50 new cards, and I don't know if they are like mechanically unique or whatever, but they seem to have introduced 50 new cards. They did that in the Warhammer 40k Universes Beyond commander decks as well. They added a lot of new cards. So that in itself is kind of cool, of course, because you get new cards that tie into the flavor of the set. They even said each commander deck includes 50 new cards. So that would be 200 new cards in total. I'm curious about that. So yeah, let's see how that turns out. Another showcase version here of Sarah Jane Smith, who is the Doctor's companion. And I think these showcase versions look kind of cool, but they remind me a bit of the gilded cards in New Capenna somehow because of the frame. And last but not least, folks, we do have serialized cards in the set, and of course the serialized cards can only be found in the collector booster boxes. We do not have normal booster boxes. Only the collector booster boxes contain the serialized cards, which of course makes a lot of sense because I hope it doesn't make a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense because the precon decks are precon decks and not randomized. So yeah, the serialized cards obviously have to be in a randomized product to make sense. That's about it for the set. I think the hype train definitely has started. I got a couple of mails from a couple of retailers I sometimes buy from, and they, like I said, bombarded me with pre-order actions for Doctor Who. I'm not ordering it. I'm not as much of a Doctor Who fan as probably some of you out there. But if you are a Doctor Who fan, then please let me know if you are triggered to buy this. I'm not really buying any modern stuff anyways, unless it's like really, really something up my alley. And yeah, like I said, I bought the Warhammer 40k commander decks, but that's about it for the last year when it comes to, that was even before the 30th anniversary disaster, of course, because after that I didn't buy anything anymore because I was a bit fed up with Wizards of the Coast, and a bit is an understatement. Again, folks, let me know if you are buying this, if this excites you, and if you are a Doctor Who fan, that excitement is probably pretty big, but even if you're not a Doctor Who fan, are there cards in here that you need for your decks just because they are like unique new cards or whatever? Let me know. Let me know in the comments, please. I'm very curious. Overall, yeah, it looks like a fun set if you're into it. So is it worth buying Doctor Who? Is it worth it to buy the set? Yeah. I guess if you're a fan, yes. Probably, if you like it. For me, I think it's one of the least attractive sets that comes out this year, because after Lord of the Rings, which of course has so much appeal to a very broad audience, Doctor Who seems like a big step down in my humble opinion. Nothing against Doctor Who or against the Doctor Who fans, but just a personal opinion. Stay healthy, folks. Stay frosty. Thanks a lot for listening. I talk to you next time. Bye bye.